What's going on, everybody? Quancredible here to review Black Clover chapter 225. But right quick, before I get into that, make sure you go subscribe to my boy Josuke D Live. He's having some problems with his channel right now, so this is his new channel. I'll put a link in the description below. Just help him out. We're trying to get him back to what he was at. But if you could do that, that would be great. Outside of that, let me get into the review. So, Black Clover 225. This chapter was super hype. It like escalated like really fast, in my opinion. I honestly didn't see anything in this chapter coming at all. Like, or at least not yet. Like, some of the things I thought would happen like later on, but not immediately. So the chapter starts off with like they're just getting into the Heart Kingdom, and they meet this guy who's part of the Spirit Guard. His name is Gaja. That's how I'm gonna pronounce it. He seems to remember Mimosa from the first time she was there, and he's basically supposed to be the one showing them around. So like the first big bombshell of this chapter was that he reveals that everything in the Heart Kingdom, from the mist fog that kind of protects the outside, the waterfall, the like water stairs that they're using to go through, basically everything is part of the Princess or Queen of Hearts mana zone. Like, she's controlling everything, and she's doing all this with the help of the water spirit, who's more or less kind of passed down through the lineage of the Heart Kingdom, is what I gather from that, which is absolutely insane when you think about the entire nation is basically constantly under her protection and control. So this is what they kind of meant in the other chapter. Like, I think it was the last chapter when they said that she's stronger than the entire like Magic Knight Force, just because like in conjunction with her spirit, she's basically controlling everything. However, after that, the water from the kingdom like traps Asta in like this thing that kind of looks like the water prison jutsu that like Zabuza used on Kakashi. That's what I thought of when I first seen it. I was like, is Zabuza in the Heart Kingdom? But no, it's like she captures him in this like water prison type thing and like immediately takes him away, and everybody is like mad confused because the guy says that they have to do this like for the sake of peace, which I don't quite understand what they mean. So the next crazy thing that happened to me was when Finral told Mimosa and Noelle to like jump with all of their like reinforcement magic or whatever, and they like leaped super far away, which is kind of crazy. Granted, a lot of this was with the aid of Finral's magic that helped like teleport them farther out, as he could see, which was like a really dope combination. Like, they just had that forward jumping momentum with Finral's spatial magic to, I guess, like just portal them a lot farther, and then he also does it for himself. And then the fact that the other guy, Gaju, was able to catch up with them immediately, it was really crazy. And then he said something about Finral's magic being third rate but still interesting, and I'm just like, in the Clover Kingdom, spatial magic, even if it is Finral's type, is considered to be impressive. But this guy from the Heart Kingdom said like it was third rate but still intriguing. So that's just like, it makes me wonder like what the hierarchy of magic is in the Heart Kingdom, because he then later on states that Noelle's water magic is impressive, when in the Clover Kingdom the basic elements of magic like fire, earth magic, wind magic, water magic, they're seen as more so normal, and just the level of it is impressive. Another thing is this guy, Gaju, was also floating without using magic. So hopefully in the Heart Kingdom, this is like a side thing, but I don't know if any of you have noticed, but flying in Black Clover has always been rather inconsistent. Like, some people have been seen to float, some people have been seen to fly using their magic without using their magic. Like, there's been times when Nozel has been seen to float without using his magic, but then there's other times he's been seen like riding his Mercury, or say like with Noelle, can she actually fly, or can she not? Just hopefully in the Heart Kingdom we get a little bit more context on what flying entails of in Black Clover. But then a bit further on, we get like Noelle suiting up to, I guess, take this guy on, because Noelle's definitely not gonna let people do whatever they want to her friends. And then he says he's gonna get serious too, and all these like glyphs or something start to come from his grimoire, which is another thing. We see that the Heart Kingdom also has grimoires, which is kind of interesting, because I always assumed that maybe they would use something different, not necessarily have grimoires also. The Heart Kingdom having grimoires basically makes me think that the Spade Kingdom will also have grimoires, just because it would make no sense for, at least it makes no sense to me, for 3 of the 4 nations to use grimoires but not the last one. That would just be kind of weird to me. But anyway, we don't really know much about Gaju's magic outside of he can fly without it, catch up to Finral apparently not really using it, and he has these glyph things coming from it. So maybe those are what they meant by, like, they have an interesting way of using magic. I guess we'll see in the later chapters, but after that it flashes back to Asta, and he gets brought immediately to where the Queen of the Heart Kingdom is. At least I'm assuming this is the Queen of the Heart Kingdom. Like, in the translation I read, she said something about for the sake of my country, which that could be, I guess, anyone who lives there and not just her. But then it looks like Asta's gonna have to fight off with this, it looks like suit of armor made from water. I'm assuming that she isn't in there just because she appears to be like behind the waterfall, and that's like the end of the chapter. So like definitely lots of interesting things here, like with like the fight between Gaju and Noelle, and the fight between Asta and possibly the Queen of Hearts already. Like, the Heart Kingdom, I guess, took off immediately in 2 chapters, which is good in a sense because we don't have to wait through like tons of filler and stuff like that, like just a bunch of chapters and like goofing off there and then getting to this. But it's also bad in a sense of like the Heart Kingdom, at least to me right now, isn't even, it might not even get fleshed out. It might just be like we're immediately here, we fight, and then we leave, which I hope that isn't the case. Hopefully they get to do more here than fight. Like, it's one of those things where like I understand that Black Clover is a fast-paced series, but this was like way faster than I anticipated it to be. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think that this is all happening like too fast, or do you think this is what you guys wanted? You wanted it to be really quick, get right into the action. Are you excited to see possibly Noelle, Finro, and Mimosa face off against this new guy, Gaju? What do you think his magic is? Because outside of those glyphs, I really don't have a prediction or an idea of what it could be, to be honest. I enjoyed the chapter for what it was, even though it kind of progressed the story a little bit faster than I wanted it to. Pretty dope with some twists. What do you think about the Queen of the Heart Kingdom, like about the water spirit being passed down? I guess I just want you guys' overall opinions on this chapter. But that about wraps it up for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure you like and sub. Outside of that, I will catch you guys next time.